Hello students, how are you all? Welcome back to Akshar IIT Foundation classes. I am your chemistry faculty S. Mohan. Students, in the previous classes we completed the thermodynamics chapter, and today we are going to discuss about a new chapter which is called chemical kinetics. So in this new chapter for you, actually I think you might not have heard about this chemical kinetics chapter name itself in your school level, but under IIT Foundation we are discussing this chemical kinetics chapter. So students, it's not so difficult or so new topic. But inside, whatever the content will be there, that content is relatively applicable for your level. Okay, students. So today, let us start the chemical kinetics. What is meant by the chemical kinetics? So, chemical kinetics means what? A branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of reaction. It deals with what? Mainly about the rate of reaction. What is the rate of reaction? Rate means just like speed. You might have, in the physics, you might have learned about the acceleration, right? What is the acceleration? How can you define the acceleration? The rate of change of velocity. Okay, so rate means what? The rate of change of velocity. Rate means what here? Velocity by time. Otherwise, speed, the rate of distance is called the speed. Rate of distance is called the speed. So, rate of distance means what? Distance upon time. Distance upon time gives the rate. So, here rate of reaction. It's nothing but a speed of reaction. So, students, in the chemical kinetics mainly we are going to discuss about the rate of reactions, means speed of reactions, and based on that we classify the reactions, okay, different types of reactions, and with examples. Okay, so now let us see here. If you have a material, if you open the material, see, this is a chemical kinetics, right? So chemical kinetics. So, sincere, chemical kinetics. What's the chemical kinetics? A branch of chemistry, okay, a branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of chemical reactions and factors. Rate of chemical reactions means what? How fast the reaction takes place or how slow the reaction takes place. So, like speed of reactions and the factors, okay, which influences the rate of reaction, okay, and mechanism by which the reaction proceeds is called the chemical kinetics, right? So, in the previous chapter, that is thermodynamics, we discussed about the feasibility of the reactions. No, the thermodynamics associates here. Thermodynamics tells us about only the feasibility of the reaction, right? Whereas the chemical kinetics tells us about what? The rate of reaction and conditions by which rate may be altered. So, this is the difference between the thermodynamics and chemical kinetics. So, in the thermodynamics, we discuss about the feasibility of the reactions, right? But here we are going to discuss about the rate, means what? How fast or how slow, how much time, okay, required to complete the reaction, and on what factors the rate of reaction depends. Clear? So, these are we are going to discuss in this chemical kinetics chapter, students. Okay. So, now see here. So, since based on the velocity, velocity means what here? The rate, okay. Based on the rate of chemical reactions, the reactions are classified into three types, okay. Based on the rate of reaction, rate means what I said? Speed, like velocity, okay. So, based on the velocity of the reactions are classified into three types, okay. What are those reactions? First one is called very fast reactions, the reactions which takes place within fraction of seconds, within seconds, within a fraction of seconds, if the reactions completes, such reactions are called, okay, very fast reactions. And the reactions, second type of reactions are very slow reactions. Very slow reactions means what? The reactions which takes place, means which takes few days or months or years to complete, okay, are called slow reactions. And second are called moderate reactions. Moderate means what? Which takes few minutes or hours are called moderate reactions. Okay. So students, here, based on the speed, okay, that is rate of the chemical reactions, the chemical reactions are classified into three types. Okay. First one are called what? Very fast reaction. Very fast reaction is what I said, the reactions which takes place, okay, immediately, like within a fraction of seconds, within seconds, that takes place. Such reactions are called very fast reactions, right? So you might have already studied in your school, like neutralization reactions are there, right? Neutralization reaction is what? When acid react with the base, it forms salt and water. That's called neutralization reactions. How much time it will take to complete the reaction? Within fraction of reactions takes place, right? Similarly, we already discussed, I think, about the chemical double displacement reaction, or you can precipitate reactions. Okay. So, for example, if you take barium chloride and sodium sulfate solutions, barium chloride and sodium sulfate solutions, and if you mix with each other, then as you mix with each other, immediately a precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. Like, so barium chloride, sodium sulfate, when they are mixed with each other, then we get the two products. What is that two products? One is barium sulfate and second is sodium chloride. So barium sulfate is what? It's a precipitate. Okay, it's a precipitation formed. A white precipitate is formed. Right. So how much time it will take place? Okay, how much it takes to complete the reaction? Within fraction of seconds. Immediately the fastness. Okay, the reaction takes place. So like this, some reactions are there which takes place very fast reactions. Such reactions are called instantaneous. Instantaneous or a very fast reaction. So see the chemical reaction which are completed within the fraction of seconds. Very simple definition, students. Very fast. The reactions which completed within the fraction of seconds, within the fraction తిన్నది ఇది కూడా అంతే ఉంది. ఇది ఆన్ చేసి వేరే దానికి ఒక ప్లగ్ ఆన్ చేసి పెట్టుకోవాలి. అన్ని ప్లగ్ అన్నిటికి ఒకటే పెట్టిరు. అదే ఇక్కడేం ప్లగ్ లేవు, ఇక ఒకటే అక్కడ ఒక చైర్ పెట్టి ఒకటి ఇక్కడ పెట్టేసుకుని పోతే అది చలాలా. ఇప్పుడు చేయించిన దగ్గర నుంచి చలాలా మనం చూసుకో. మరి ఇప్పుడు వెరీ స్లో రియాక్షన్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు నేను. ఓకే, so okay students, have you understood about the very fast reactions? Now let us see with the very slow reactions. Second type of reactions are what? The very slow reactions. Very slow reactions means what? The reactions which takes place few days or months to complete are called very slow reactions. They are not completing like instantaneously, immediately, or they are not completing within minutes, but they are taking some days. Okay, they are taking some days, few months also it can take. So such reactions are called okay, very slow reactions. Okay, so here you can see the definition. These are the chemical reactions which are extremely slow. How they are? Extremely slow, that takes months together to show any measurable changes at room temperature. At room temperature means what? Here under particular conditions, you are maintaining the conditions called room temperature. We are not increasing the temperature, we are not decreasing the temperature. At room temperature, to complete the reaction, it takes okay, very slowly the reactions will take place, right? For example, you see students, general reactions, you know this. For example, if I take the iron piece, you know that iron get rusted, right? So formation of rust on the iron, it's a very slow reaction, because for example, if I have an iron, there's an iron, I place it somewhere on in my room. Okay, so tomorrow if I see, does rust forms on this one? No, it will not form, right? Then day after tomorrow, no, it will take few days or few months to form the rust, right? So at the room temperature and the normal conditions, without we are doing any external conditions, we are not changing any conditions, under room temperature, the reactions which takes few days or months to complete, such reactions are called very slow reactions. Since you know that hydrogen react with oxygen, okay, and it forms a water. What it forms? Water. Actually, it is if you burn the hydrogen in presence of oxygen, then immediately form. It's when you burn, it's like a instantaneous reaction. Okay, but here you see here hydrogen oxide at room temperature. At room temperature, it will take few okay days or few months. Okay, similarly, formation of nitrogen dioxide and rusting of iron. So these are given carbon dioxide. Formation of carbon dioxide. Okay, formation of carbon dioxide is also an example for the at room temperature. At room temperature, okay, is an example for the very slow reaction. So students, here the important point is what? The chemical reactions which are extremely slow, that they takes months together to show, okay, to show the measurable change in at a room temperature are called very slow reactions. Clear? So that's about the very slow reactions, students. Now moderate reactions, you see how moderate means what? Moderate means what? Which takes few minutes or hours. Okay, which takes few minutes or hours to complete the reaction are called moderate reactions. Okay, so the chemical reactions which are completed within few hours or minutes are called as a moderate reaction. They are not taking like months and days, okay, or they are not completing immediately, instantaneously. Okay, they are taking some time, few minutes or few hours. So such reactions are called moderate. Moderate means what? Not so fast as instantaneous or not slow as a very slow reaction. Such reactions are called moderate reaction. Example given here, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. What is the formula of hydrogen peroxide? H2O2. What is the formula? H2O2 is a hydrogen peroxide. So if we keep at under okay normal temperature only, at room temperature, then what happens? It will decompose into water plus oxygen, H2O plus half O2. Okay, so hydrogen peroxide decomposes into water and oxygen. Similarly, here, water, hydrogen peroxide decomposes into water and oxygen. Similarly, methane with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Inversion of cane sugar, these all are examples okay, of moderate reactions. Moderate means what? The reactions which takes a few minutes or hours to complete the reactions are called moderate reactions. Understood, students? So these are about the three types of reactions. Here some other examples also given, like hydrolysis of ester. Ester is what COOR formula that you learn in the next class. We are going to discuss about the organic chemistry. Our next chapter, after this chapter, we are going to start the second volume. In that we start the organic chemistry. The organic chemistry, we have some functional groups, okay, like alcohol, next what do you say, aldehydes, ketones, esters, like this. We'll have some functional groups are there. So these functional groups, about the functional groups, we discuss in the organic chemistry. So this is called as an ester, okay, CH3CO, C2H5 is an ester, and when it is reacting with the water, so it forms, okay, this is called acetic acid, okay, or ethanoic acid, and ethyl alcohol, okay, or ethanol. So these all are the reactions which takes place, which takes few minutes, okay, to complete the reactions. So it is not possible to determine the rate of Focha, okay. So till here there comes under the moderate reaction. So understand, students, here. So students, here based on the, we are discussing about the chemical kinetics once again here. Chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics is a branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of reactions. Means what? Just like a speed of reactions. On what factor the speed of reaction depends also, we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. So based on the speed of reaction, the reactions are classified into three types. What are they? Very fast reactions, very slow reactions, and moderate reactions. Very fast reaction means what? Within the reactions which complete within fraction of seconds, or what do you say, instantaneously. Such reactions are called very fast. And very slow reaction, the reactions which takes a few days or months to complete, such reactions are called very slow reactions. What are the moderate reactions? The reactions which take few minutes to hours to complete the reaction are called okay, moderate reactions. Okay. So any doubts? No doubt? Sure. Rate of reaction and reaction rate. Okay, so what is meant by rate of reaction? So rate of reaction is nothing but a speed of reaction, is it? Right? So what's the speed? For example, you are moving, you are traveling, or you are going to some village by car, and your village distance from your house is some 200 kilometers, and you started from your home and you reached to your village within 4 hours. Then what is the speed of the car? So the distance started with the car is how much? 200 kilometers. How much time you have taken? 4 hours. So now what you are doing? 200 kilometers, you are dividing with the 4 hours. Now if you divide 200 with 4, you will get 50. So your speed is 50 kilometers per hour. So because here the displacement of the car, the position of the car is changing within particular time. That is called speed. So then what is the speed in chemical reactions? That the question rises, right? So here, students, here speed means what? How far the reaction is taking place. Okay, how speed, that means how much time, what's the time taken by the reaction to complete, right? For example, so yes, speed we can see in the vehicles, cars, buses, trains. So, or even if we run, that we see the speed. Then what the speed we can see in the chemical reactions, right? So see, students, here speed in the chemical reaction means how fast the reactions are completing, how slow the reaction is completing. Like means what? What's a chemical reaction? Reaction means what? A chemical reaction means what? In which reactants are converting into products. In which reactants are converting into products, right? So when you are taking the reactants, there are only reactants, there is no product, right? Now when the reaction starts, then what happens? The reactants starts converting into the product. As the time is going on, slowly the reactants are converting into the products. So when the reactants are converting into the products, then what's happening? The amount of the reactants is decreasing. Yes or no? The amount of the reactants is decreasing and the amount of the product is increasing. The amount of product is increasing. Alright. So here to complete the reaction, the meaning is what? The total reactants what you have taken to convert into the total products, to convert into complete products, how much time it will take. Okay, so that's called speed of reaction. Okay, so the time taken to complete the reaction. Understood? For example, you see, for example, you have taken some reactants, right? You know that reactants can form the products. When you have taken the reactants, the percentage, in terms of percentage, the reactant is 100%. Okay, because total reactants only there. The percentage of the reactant is 100. Now product 0 because there is no product. Still now the reactants are not reacted. Only we have taken the reactants. Now the reactions takes place. Reaction is started. When the reaction started, reactants are started converting into the products. So then what happens? The reactants, okay, quantity of the reactants or amount of the reactants will be decreases. At the same time, the quantity of the product will be increases. Yes or no? So like this now, after a particular amount of time, what happens? The total reactants consumed means converted into the products. So now there are no reactants, means what? Reactants became 0 and the percentage of products is 100%. So here what's happening? The reactants percentage is decreasing, product percentage is increasing. Okay, so the time taken to decrease the concentration of the reactant or the time taken to increase the concentration of reaction is called speed of reaction. So instead of telling the speed of reaction, we are calling it as a rate of reaction. Clear, students? So that's about the rate of reaction. So here you can see here. You must knowing that the speed of automobile is expressed in terms of change in the position of the distance. Change in the position of distance covered but in a certain period of time. That's called as a velocity or speed in the physics. Okay, but here what happens? The rate of chemical reaction is measure of the speed with which the reactants are converting into products. Reactions are converting into the products. Alright. So rate of reaction is defined as a CS. Students, this is very important now. Okay. So the rate of reaction is defined as a decrease in the concentration of the reactants per unit time or increase in the concentration of products in unit time. So, for example, we are taking the reactants. Okay, so reactants are full 100%. At that time, no products are there, right? So now what happens when the reaction starts? The reactants concentration decreases, concentration of the product increases. So you see here now the concentration of reactants decrease the concentration of reactants per unit time. Okay, or increase the concentration of products in unit time is called rate of reaction. Clear to you? Now see here an example is given. Consider a hypothetical reaction R. R means what? Reactants. And they are converting into products. Reactants are converting into products. Now in which 1 mole of reactant R produces 1 mole of product, that is P. The rate of reaction may be expressed in either following 2 ways. Yes, 2 ways. One is what? Decrease the concentration. Second is called increase the concentration, right? So the first one is what? The rate of disappearance or decrease in the concentration of reactant. So as the reaction starts, what happens? The reactant's concentration will be decreases. So the rate of reaction is decrease in the concentration of reactants by time taken. How much time is taken to decrease the concentration of the reactants, right? So when the decrease the reactants is taking place means what? What amount of reactants are decreasing, they are converting into the products. Yes or no? So we can say that that is increase in the concentration of products. So second way, what we can say the second way? Now second way, see, first is what? The rate of decrease. Okay, second one is what? The rate of increase in the concentration of products. The rate of increase in the concentration of products. So reactants are decreasing. The meaning is what? Products are increasing, right? So here we can say in another way that the rate of increase in the concentration of products. Rate means what? Time taken. So the increase in the concentration per unit time or per time taken is called the rate of reaction. So students, from this we come to know that the rate of reaction can be measured in two ways, right? First one is what? The amount or the concentration of reactants, how much means decrease in the concentration or amount of reactants per unit time. For that, how much time it will take. Second is what? The amount of the increase in the amount of products. Okay. So the other was the increase in the concentration of products is called rate of reaction. So rate of reaction can be expressed in measured in two ways, right, students? So that is about this one. Okay. So units for rate of reaction is also there. So see students here now, here this R in the square bracket represents concentration. What it represents? Concentration. If concentration of reactants and concentration of products. So P and R are the concentration of R and P respectively, and the time T1. Okay. And R2 and P2 are the respectively concentration of T2. Then how much time taken? How much time taken? How can you calculate? For example, you are starting from home at morning 10 o'clock and reaching to a village at afternoon 2 o'clock. The meaning is what? How much time it has taken? 4 hours. How can you say the afternoon? Okay, 2 o'clock minus morning 10 o'clock. So 2 minus means 14 hours minus 10. Okay, so 4 hours. That is what? T2 minus T1. Your starting time is T1 and the final time is T2. So how much time the difference? That is called T2 minus T time. So the difference in the time. So dt is equal to T2 minus T1. So initially when the reactants are when the reaction is taking place, starting the reaction. So at that time we were taking as a T1. How much time? Okay, what's the time? Okay, at what time the reaction is completed? We can take that T2. Then how much time it took to complete the reaction is called as what? T2 minus T1. That is difference in the T1. Now, what is the decrease in the reactants? So we can say that here, see, R2 minus R1. Initial concentration of the reactants. For example, we are taking reactants, certain amount of reactants. Okay. And how their reaction started after a particular amount of time. Okay, that is T2 minus T1. How much reactants are converting into products? Some certain amount of reactants are converting into products. Okay. So now, how much reactants are left? So that is R2 minus R1. That gives them, okay, products also, right? So the rate of reaction is equal to decrease, minus. Minus is what? Decrease in the concentration of reactants by the time taken or upon time taken, which is also equal to when the concentration of reactants is decreasing, the meaning is what? That is converting into the product. So concentration of product is increasing, right? So here we can say that plus. Why? Because the concentration of product is increasing. So plus okay, increase in the means difference or increase in the concentration of products by time. So this is the rate of reaction. Yes, students. Now, okay. Now, so here you see the units. When you see that here, change in the concentration by time taken. Generally, concentration of the chemical substances are taken in terms of moles. How they are taken? Moles. Okay, moles per liter by time taken is a time. Moles per liter per second. Time is measured in seconds. So therefore, units, okay, or this one. Okay, so that is about the till here units of rate of reaction. We stop, students. So with this we stop today's class, and in the next class we discuss, okay, some more topic about the relationship between the rate of different species that we discuss in the next class. Okay, so students, here there's a very new topic for you. Under IIT Foundation we are teaching this for 9th class. So this is a very new topic, but it's very simple. So don't worry, it's very easy. Hope that you understood, and I think you might have also felt it's a very easy chapter. Okay, so once again, here chemical kinetics means what? A branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of reactions, means how fast the reactions takes place, how slow the reaction takes place. So based on that, the reactions are classified into three types called very fast reactions, instantaneous reactions, or very slow reactions, or moderate reactions. And how can we measure that, we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, so students, take care. So with this we stop. We meet in the next class. Bye.